Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Tactical. Hello, Deer. I hope you guys are doing well. That fucking squirrel's getting closer, I swear to God. I fucking see you. I didn't forget about last time. I fucking see you. We are back with House Flipper DX Super Ultra Max Edition. I don't fucking remember what this one was called, but yeah, we're trying to upgrade our little shack. We've done most of it. I did the exterior the other day. Still need to fix the roof. Don't know how to do that yet. Nobody's taught me how to roof yet. But I've done most of the interiors. I did the windows. I did the door. I haven't figured out how to mow the lawn yet. And we painted. And we got carpet. And I redid the bathroom. It no longer looks like a murder scene. I'm doing pretty good for myself right now. My little shack. But yeah, I do need to figure out how to make a roof. I also have my breakup chainsaw over under Mommy Minthara, because she knows. She respects that. And yeah, all right, let's dive in and see what we can do today. Now, I do want to take a quick break from doing the North Levyville missions for one of these, because apparently this is locked until we do a Cozy Village job. And from what I think Sam told me, is that unlocks a pet. Are you free early tomorrow? What's tomorrow? And don't say Tuesday, because that part I know. Alice Finbar always wanted to see the world. After graduating from the university, she decided to satisfy her wanderlust. 3 years later, while on a remote trail, she found a hungry and sick bunny. He eventually became her travel mate. Alice has bought her first house recently. She wants to move in with Jesper the bunny. That's a cute name. Settling down will be something new for them both. Sure. Nintendo Direct? Oh, I don't care about those. I don't do hype. I don't care what they're gonna make in a year and a half from now. Tell me when it's out. Then I'll care. That's my policy. I don't do hype because I'm impatient, and I know I'm impatient. So me trying to get like excited for something, I just get angry about it. So to curb my temper with that, I just don't look into trailers or anything like that because it just annoys me. Guinea pigs are active for 20 hours a day. Dear, we are not getting guinea pigs. That's a lot of hours a day for those things to be active. What the fuck do you have 20 hours of
the oceans, climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, and driven a dog sled in Alaska. But house renovation is not really my thing. I've heard you can do wonders, and I want my home to be one.
I like this little grumpy bunny in her hands.
Right now,
cute.
It's in a worse state than Machu Picchu. It should be something more than just my base camp. A place I can work from, live in, rest, and have fun. Cozy and welcoming.
Tree growing out of her fucking house?
For me and my bunny. I want him to be happy here too.
Oh, I like the
Let's
door.
Go
I like that style of door.
And in with the new.
I appreciate the invite tag. Like, it's just, yeah, it's definitely not my thing. Just because, again, like, I'm really impatient when it... Oh. Well, I gotta clear out the weeds. I'm really impatient when it comes to something that catches my eye. Not to mention, like, I don't have any faith in Nintendo at this point in time anymore, anyway. But, like, even if they were to put out something really good, I would just be more grouchy about it than anything else. So, I would not be a hype guy. What about Jason? Is Jason free? I know Jason's still a big Nintendo guy. Perks. Sure, let's upgrade the grass trimmer that I don't have yet. Why not? Just like ferrets. Yeah, I've heard ferrets are also very smelly too. Apparently because of their... Jesus, lady, if you let your bunny outside, you are never finding it. This shit's up to my dick. About Jason. Is he dead? I knew it. 3 houses finally did him in. I'll never forgive you, 3 houses. I'll never forgive the Japanese. There it is. Wait, did you let the bunny walk in here on its own? Because I definitely saw little bunny footprints walk in here. Look at that. Wait, are those little bunny footprints? Because those look like little, like, animal. Well, I mean, I don't think they look like bunnies. They look like tiny little bear footprints. Oh, it pissed there. I'm just gonna follow the I'm gonna follow the bunny trail. Oh, you know, actually, I was wondering about this the last time I played this. If the game would actually ever give me second story buildings, but yeah, it did. Wow, there is piss everywhere in here. What is that? The floor is your canvas. Now that's not a happy little accident. Game, we've been over this, and I'm not letting this go. Welcome mats go on the outside. He doesn't think I should join due to the last Nintendo Direct stream. What happened during the The fuck is going on with this vent? What happened during the last Nintendo Direct stream? Oh, the kitchen's good. Giraffe! I can't tell if the table or the couches are actually dirty or not. Clean dirt, 96%. So that means I'm almost done. There we go. Sell object. Couch. And the coffee table. Oh, I'm still missing some dirt. Pretty nice looking fucking house, I'm not gonna lie. I would live here. Oh. Why do you guys keep thinking that's funny? I do not understand why that's supposed to be funny. I really don't. Alright, I don't know where the dirt in this room is. So, activate cheating device. Aha! There's the jizz. You know Xander. Yeah, that doesn't mean why you think it's funny. I wasn't asking about him. He's got Dame Bramage. Magna leather left corner sofa. Thank God I could just go to this and it'll be like, buy this one. What color would work with this room? I think you want like a light color so fur and piss stains will show up. With like maybe some rose gold accent. I have dark humor from the army. Actually, I'm kind of curious about that, Tax, since I don't get to talk to too many people who are in the service all that often. Was that a coping mechanism or anything? Like something that you developed, like the dark humor thing, as like a way to deal with just the stresses of what you had to deal with? Well, again, I'm not big on military stuff in the first place, but you know what? Like, good for you for making it through that. I am proud of you. It may not seem like it at times, but I still fully believe that, you know, as long as you can make it through the day, you should be proud of yourself. Yeah, oh, I don't know if gray and brown work. But brown on brown is not kind of good. Red looks really terrible. Maybe we'll go dark, deep chestnut. And then a kin pampas grass. Well, I mean, obviously it's got to be green. Right next to the radiator so as to start a fire. Change of stairs. You can now change the stairs in some houses. Because I wandered into a random closet? They do that, aim at them with the sell objects. It'll be that easy. Hold on, let me clean up this fucking attic first. My disintegration beam. Pew, pew. Open. There's a dog in this box! He's got a little hat!
Seriously? There's a dog in my house?
Technically, it's his house. He was here first. Squatters' rights are still a thing.
Sake. But my good friend may figure something out. I'll tell him to get in touch with you.
Please don't give a man my phone number.
This puppy needs a new home.
Hey, that's a guinea pig. What the fuck is this?
Want to adopt him.
No, I'm a cat person.
It's all right. Pets are a huge responsibility. I'll take care
You
of them
sound like
for now.
Morgan Freeman.
If you will ever want a companion or any tips, check Morgan's Pet Care. Have a nice day.
I can't think of a better place to leave this dog than with Morgan Freeman. But I do believe that is going to unlock the ability for me to buy a cat, so I can buy a Nia. Hello, random floaty sign. Creeping me out. Amazing that I can clean this window without disturbing that. Whoa, what happened over here? It's fucking balcony the whole time? That's sick. Look at this. This place is fucking awesome. I want to go on the roof. Okay, yeah, no, I want this house. I bet you I wouldn't even die if I jumped off this. Oh, I guess I can't go back in that way, huh? Oh shit, I also can't close the window again. It was like that when I got here. Bunnies are very lively animals and need a lot of space for fun. The best option is a free roam room. Sometimes they will be safer in a closed one, but especially with other animals at home and unsecured stairs. Well, I mean, there's no other animals here, so let's build it a hatch. Okay, I gotta build a sliding door robin. I don't know where that is. Let's get to match like the wood on the wall there. I think this is our best bet. All right, so the bunny gets the whole attic to itself? Damn. How's it going, Jason? Akana left corner. Ugh, pink. I mean, like, I don't hate pink, but that does not go with this decor. I want this fucking house, man. This is cool. Oh, I missed some poo. Wait, do I have to buy the bunny? Oh. Apparently I cannot put the bunny on the couch, but I can put the bunny in the window. Crisscross coffee table. Crisscross. We need some stuffed poofs. Maybe over here so it's like closer to the couch. Alright. Oh, we need another one. This one's gonna be pink and green. No, apparently I was buying a regular ass. Yeah, I think we gotta go brown on brown for this one. I think I was buying them a regular ass plush bunny. Office chair, much better. Desk lamp. It's like the one that killed the Pixar eye. A chest of drawers. Looking up on chat, what was Tat talking about? Oh, we were talking, he was asking if I wanted to do something for that Nintendo Direct tomorrow, but I don't do hype. And I suggested you, because I know you do actually care about like hype and Nintendo and stuff like that. But I guess you guys had already done that in the past. It was like right here. I don't know how you're gonna run a cord through that beam, but that is not my problem. Where the fuck does this go? AC installation. Where do I put this? Oh. What? How the fuck are you gonna run? I have like hundreds of thousands of fucking dollary dues. How much is this bunny chick gonna fucking cost me? Yeah, I don't think we need to move the whole camera back and forth like this. I went over budget, apparently. I'm not sure how. Again, I kind of thought I don't know, maybe I was like too nice with the stuff that I bought. Who's to say? 88% complete. What am I missing? Nothing to do in the bathroom. Nothing to do in the living room. Nothing to do up here. Nothing to do out here. Ah! I think this is the first one they've ever actually made me do the lawn. Remove trash. Oh. The Merrill Dovecote. Oh, it's a birdhouse. It's a big fucking birdhouse. Now the job is done. What can I say? I'm something of an artist. That bunny gets an entire fucking attic to itself. What's in the box? Tons of cuteness, to say the least. Oh, that must be because I found the dog. That's not what my shack looks like right now. Looks better than that. Still don't know how to do roofing. That's okay, because we were only doing that one so we could unlock pets, which we should be able to do something with now. And then we'll go back and finish the other jobs, which I really hope unlocks the ability to put a new roof in. We are an active family, and we always spend time together. This picture in the bottom left is terrifying. It looks like a boss fight and look outside. I just work here. Okay, no, okay, so I went over budget on fixing that place, but I didn't, like, lose the money that I had, because I've still got 85,000. Alright, so, I think I have to go to my computer. Tax catchphrase. Morgan's Pet Care. Cats. Show me the cat! Show me the pussy. I need to see it. I must judge it. Cute, but not what I'm looking for. Siamese. Oh, we might have a winner. We might have a winner. That's kind of looking like a Nia. Even got blue eyes. Oh my god, it's so bright, the game can't render it. He's got poopy cheeks. Stubborn. That one's also not too far off. These cats are the definition of chill. He walks around completely naked. British. I didn't know British were a type of cat. Aww. That's cute. Yeah, I think the Siamese is gonna be our best way. Nia. Send me the kitty. I have a Nia! Oh, Nia! It's so cute! Okay, don't play with the chainsaw. Respect the poster. You can sleep on the bed. I don't know where I'm gonna put a cat tree. You may play in the sink. Okay, you may play on the floor. But if you want, you can go in the sink. Alright, I gotta buy you a cat tree. Cat tree. Oh god, these are gonna be big, aren't they? That. A yellowish. This is going to be a problem. Stay. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move the desk over here. The book fell down. chair. For Dare. Hey, you can make this work, stupid. Let me fight you. I'll do it. I'll fight a book. I'll fight a fake book. Okay, why is this not... Oh, it's because of the back piece. Yeah, you're in the goddamn way. Come here. You're in the way. Did you shit on my floor? I'll buy you a litter box. How do I put the cat in the cat tree? Alright, close enough. I definitely need to get a bigger house. I do. I do need to get a bigger house. I don't have enough room for a litter box in here. Are you gonna use it? Go on the tree. Go on the tree. I love this. I love everything about this. This is life now. Litter box. Get the automatic litter box, so that way it knows smell bad in here. Okay? You gotta shit, you do it in the box. Shit, box. Shit, box. Got it? Don't make me toilet train you like I did last time, where I had to lock you in your litter box in the bathroom for a day and go to work. Because I'll do it. It worked last time, it'll work again. No joke, that's how I trained my cat. Pets, cats, food dishes. Oh, put that on backwards. Food's here. It chirped. He chirps. You ever tried cat food? I have not. I do know that when you go to certain pet stores, they will, I was wondering what it meant when I got the use key over the Mandara poster. They do, like, have, like dog treats and stuff you can try if you're curious. Like, they're ones that are, like, safe for people to eat, but I've never felt the compulsion to try them. There's a ball of yarn. play with it. Let's play with the yarn. Get it. Wait, so why did I buy yarn if... Oh, well, now it's under the fucking bed. Now it's under the fucking bed. Do you have a Monthara post in your home? Not yet. I'm definitely gonna try and print this one. Now it's under the bed. How about this? Get the stick. Oh my god. It works. Get the stick. You know, the houses are remaining very unflipped while I'm distracted by the cat. But I don't care, I have a kitty! Are you bored now? Am I boring you now? This is just like playing with my actual cat. Play for 5 minutes, just like bored now. No, I don't alt-tab out a lot during streams if I can help it. Alright, I'm gonna go flip some houses. Also, I gotta show off something, because you guys were jokingly earlier saying, like, Tack, you should play House Flipper. Like, let me show you something that I noticed while flipping through this the other day that I think Jason and Tack would like very much. You can buy KAME House. Yep, it's called Turtle House. You can legitimately buy KAME House in this game. I saw this the other day and I'm like, well, I have to show this to them. But it is 122 million, I assume because of the land that it would cost. All right, let's finish up doing North Levyville now. Robert Moon. A tenant who didn't pay and trashed the place. Now it's up to someone else to deal with the aftermath. Every inch needs attention and the invoice should be just as meticulous. Long as someone pays me at the end of the day, I don't give a rat's ass. Stole the radiator, that's impressive. Yeah, that was the first mission we did, where the boyfriend was like a petty little bitch and stole the lady's radiator. Like, who does that? Who steals a radiator? Honestly. The fact that you know someone who would is hilarious. I've dated some petty bitches. Balloon!
Property that comes with an insolvent tenant. That may be a problem for someone else. I know how to deal with these people. Take care of that disgusting mess he left behind. Be thorough and detailed. As thorough and detailed as the invoice you send me after you're done. My wife loves reading through them. Bless her heart.
A bargain cleanup. It ain't gonna be cheap, I'll tell you that for free. Peter Cullen. Oh, God, if you walk into a house and this is the first thing you see, the appropriate fucking response is to turn around and leave after that. But that's not the job. So let me ruin another vacuum cleaner. Yep. Like I said, if you walk into a house and that is the first thing you see, you're well within your rights to walk the fuck back out. This seems like a terrible place to put a fucking table and chairs. Like, this place is beyond cramped. Oh, that outlet is burnt to shit. God, I got a Super Turbo Ultra Swiffer edition. Look at the memes. Oh, I hate that. I hate it. The other busted ass outlet in here. What's the other busted ass outlet in here? Ah. I ripped the whole fucking counter out to fix an outlet. There's gotta be an easier way to do that in reality, right? Like, there's no way in hell the whole solution to that is rip the whole counter out and then put in one new outlet. Someone smarter than me would have come up with a solution to that problem. I missed a window. Oh. Kitchen is done. I've mop maxed. This is the best mop in the game. I have no problems mopping things from this point out. Ugh. Trash in here. Oh. The shower. The shower was trash. Alright, so we kind of went over budget last time. Let's try to keep a little bit more, like, moderate this time. This place is so goddamn tiny. This isn't even, like, legally a bedroom. Uh-oh. Okay, so apparently that doesn't count. In the vacuum. Get in the vacuum. Repair the fuse box. Oh, this will be new. Ain't done this before. That's it? This whole thing is still a safety hazard. Look at how much rust is on this. They need to fucking take the whole thing apart. You know what? Not my horse, not my race. I have to... God damn it, I did this the entire last stream. I have to figure out how to negotiate with people. I have that perk. I should be able to negotiate with them for a better price. For Claire, a dining room isn't essential. Food isn't just about taste. Presentation matters too. Then go on Hell's Kitchen. Wonder what my cat's been up to while I've been away. Exactly, you're trying to eat the food. I mean, like, you can tell if something's not gonna be good by, like, the smell of it as well as the look, but, like, yeah, if something shows up at the table and it looks gross, I'm probably not going to eat it. Eat it. Sweet cat. There you are. Hello. I don't know why instruction pops up when you pet the cat. I can give the cat treats. Eat the treat. Out. See, Nia will follow you around the house screaming at you until you put the treat down, which is also kind of cute. Still have not learned how to do roofing yet. Amy inherited a house and a headache. Stuck in the 70s and full of chaos, this place needs a fresh start. Order, comfort, and modern charm would make this a perfect home for a single mom and her child. She can handle life, she can handle this, with a tiny bit of help. Well, let's go see how bad that tiny bit of help is. Ooh, balloons over there. In the main menu, you have the possibility to change your current player profile. Each player profile allows you to play separately with... Why would you bother writing something on a loading screen that doesn't scroll if it won't all fit? Good job, Remastered. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, it doesn't move. We can't read it. Either make it fit on 2 lines or don't write that much.
This
So
is the
stupid.
best chance we'll ever get. I couldn't believe my luck when I heard Auntie decided to leave the house to me. Sure, it needs work. You can tell nothing's been changed since the 70s. The layout is pretty chaotic,
That
too.
kitchen is claustrophobic.
If I can navigate being a single mother, I can navigate this labyrinth.
Fresh start. Well, time to go destroy the garden first. Hold to pick up. What is that? Oh, I guess it's a flower bed. According to my tasks, I don't even have to be doing this, but it is more gardening experience points. And at some point, I'm going to figure out how to buy a lawnmower. Axe not available yet. I get an axe? Cool. Son of a bitch, I forgot to figure out how to negotiate again. Okay, you guys need to remind me before I take another job, I have to figure out if there's a button for that. To negotiate on the price. Shovel Byushi, more efficient digging. I don't think I even have the shovel unlocked yet. I can't read period. You're not supposed to read the period. The period is the end of the sentence. It denotes that there is another sentence about to begin. The last time we talked about stories from when I lived in, like, well, one of the basement rooms I lived in growing up. We had like 3 or 4 stories out of that. What kind of stories do you guys want from me tonight? Give me like a topic of some kind, and I'll see if I've got any stories pertaining to it. You know? Something that I can talk about and rattle about while I'm ripping plants out of the ground. Salting the earth so that nothing may ever grow here again. Good God, this actually made my hand cramp up. I don't play a lot of idle clicker games, okay? I've only streamed like 2 of them. No, I really argue if some of these are even actually weeds. Dandelions, I get. Dandelions are weeds, but like, a lot of these I don't think are actually weeds. I think these are flowers, and I'm just being really picky. Funny thing is, it kind of looked like her. Who looked like what now? I've gained 2 gardening points while doing this. Weeds visible on the minimap. It's actually kind of handy since this grass is getting awful fucking long. I know you're around here. There we go. All of them? Like 1 left? Hey, look at that. We've done it. We have cleared the entire garden. Now, what do I have to do in here? Sell things. Pictures? I'll just sell everything until the game tells me to stop trying to sell things. Modify the room's layout. Okay. Well, at least you're opening up the fucking kitchen. You know, I guess this kind of reminds me of a story. The one time I got to use a sledgehammer to smash down a wall. I had been at my first job, which was Sobeys, for about 3 years. And I could very much tell that I was not wanted there anymore. You know how you can always tell that is when they start making up reasons to get you in trouble for stuff? like they couldn't find like a valid reason to write you up for something, so they just started making shit up. Yeah, I knew I had long since crossed that line at this store when I got written up for having too many pens on my apron. This was a real write-up that someone tried to give me. They even demanded that I sign it, and they said it was because of a customer complaint that I had too many pens on my apron. Bear in mind, pen was a required part of the uniform because you needed to have a pen to write stuff down in a pinch. And a lot of my coworkers did not typically carry pens on them, despite that rule. So I would always carry like 10 or 11 on me. So I did have a lot of pens. I'm not going to fight that part. That part was true. But, yes, apparently, a customer complained that I had too many pens. And they were like, you need to sign this write-up, and then you can go. You know, go back to doing your job and stuff. And I was like, show me the write-up. And they said, what? I'm like, show me the fucking write-up that says that I have too many pens. I need to see it. If you show me the write-up, I will sign the thing. I don't believe in it, but I will sign it. Paint with colors. Okay. In the kitchen? I guess the whole room. And they wouldn't do it. They were like, no, we don't have to show you the write-up. And I'm like, then I ain't signing shit. And they're like, well, that's not gonna work. And I'm like, I'm not signing it if you don't show me the write-up. I don't believe you that someone would actually take that. Flip pancake. What the fuck does that mean? Anyway, that was just like, that's not even part of the story here, right? So that was like one of the first signs where I was realizing that I am not wanted in this store anymore. And from what I can gather, at least what amount I could kind of glean, it's because they were making a lot of changes to how full-time works. Because I talked to some people afterwards about like their, like how hours, because it used to be that the way Sobeys would handle hours, if you were part-time, if you ever worked full-time or part-time, once you hit 500 hours, you got an automatic 50-cent raise. It did not matter how good your work was, it was a sheer numbers game, right? And I was part-time with no social life. So I worked a lot. I went from the minimum wage when I started, which when I started, I think it was like $10.50, which doesn't sound like a whole hell of a lot until you hear some other people from like the state side of things tell stories about minimum wage being like $5, and that's insane. But yeah, I got up to like 15, 16 bucks pretty quickly over like the course of just 3 years of just doing this, right? Just like chasing carts and cleaning bathrooms and stuff. It was not that hard. And from what I could gather, at least from talking to other people after the fact, it's that, yeah, they were making some massive changes to how that was going to work. And because I was now getting paid that much, they couldn't actually do anything about it. Like, they couldn't, like, suddenly make it like, oh, sorry, we changed the rules, so you no longer make this much money per hour. Or some bullshit like that, right? So, I think I'm gonna do the rest of the room in the other color. So, they started, like, finding ways to, just, like, get me in shit for stuff that I wouldn't do. Like, the straw that broke the camel's back on this whole, Mike doesn't work here anymore thing was a supervisor who was a friend of mine, I should specify. This was not just like some person who had a beef with me. This was someone that I liked, and they liked me back. They had asked me to, it was like a storm outside or something like that. Like, not like a huge storm, but like a, you know, a thunderstorm of some kind. Like, do you feel like going out to get the shopping carts so they don't like get winged into a car again? Because that happened a couple of times with the high winds, right? And my response was, well, I don't feel like it, but I'll do it. And like, very clearly joking, not like, oh, fine, fuck you. No, it was just like I laughed afterwards, and I was like, yeah, I'll go do it. And I'm like gearing up. And so I go out, I do the carts, I come back in, and I'm being paged to the upstairs manager's office. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is about. Turns out what they got me for on my third and final write-up was gross insubordination. That was the final straw, apparently. So they were like, yeah, you have had 3 write-ups overall, because apparently those just don't go away no matter how long you've been there for. Clean out your locker and leave. That's it. And the fucking store manager was so spineless. This was the same guy that I talked about the other day. I don't remember if it was during this stream or a different one. But when someone was saying like they weren't allowed, oh, I think it was Serenity. I think she was saying something like not being allowed to like leave the grounds when you're on a break. You have to like stay there or something like that. This was the manager. I was like, the guy would like literally go across, like get in his car and drive across the street to fucking bootleggers while we were working. Like, you could see his car leave the parking lot while he was still on shift and go to the bar across the street. And not come back for a few hours and then come back and clock out. So like, fuck off, right? This guy was so fucking spineless, he wasn't even the one who fired me. He got the store's assistant manager to do it, who was another friend of mine. And they let me go. So I was just like, I'd never been fired before. That was my first job, right? Do I gotta like do anything? I guess I can just start buying stuff. What's a drachnia? It's a plant. All right, can I buy a table first to put the plant on? All right, let's buy a sink. So yeah, they fire me. I've never been fired before. I don't know what to fucking do. So I leave, and I'm like just kind of like at like a bit of a loss. And so I go home, and I give my buddy Jess a call, and because he lived around the corner from me, he was like one of my closest friends. And I'm like, yeah, so this just happened. And it was funny because he also worked there, because like I helped him get a job there. Like we worked together and stuff like that. Well, he was in a different department, but we worked together. At the same store and shit like that, right? And he's like, dude, that fucking sucks. I'm knocking down the wall in my basement to make some more room and stuff like that. Do you just want to come over and talk or something like that? It's like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't really feel like going home right now and getting the look from my dad that's like, oh, you're a fuck up. You did this. You did this to yourself. You knew your mouth would get you in trouble eventually. Like, thanks, Dad. Love you too. Where am I putting this fucking couch? So go over there, and yeah, he's knocking down a wall, kind of like what I just did here. And so we're talking, and of course he's agreeing like, oh, that's just all bullshit and blah blah blah. But it is what it is. You'll find something better. Blah blah blah. You want to knock down this wall? And he gave me like a sledgehammer, and like I went from being just like upset and cranky and grouchy about this whole fucking bullshit shindig to being pretty okay by the end of that. Because it turns out that when life screws you over, sometimes the best solution is just to knock down a motherfucking wall with a sledgehammer. That doesn't look like a fridge. So yeah. That's my story of a sledgehammer. It was a good time. Jesse is a great guy. Yes, he was. Yeah, he's very solid. Actually, while we were knocking down that wall, so there was a point when we were hanging out as kids in that room, because he used to have I'll just try to paint a picture here, because he used to have a room upstairs, which is where he would live when I first met him. And then he eventually took a basement room, which was like you go down the stairs, and then there was like an unfinished basement on this side, kind of like what the kind that I used to live in. And then there was like a wall off area here with like a sort of finished basement room with like one window in it, and the fuse box was in there. And he had that room. And at one point, because like his dad used to have a big drinking problem back then. So did my dad. So did everyone's dad, right? It was the fucking 90s and the 2000s. People always had drinking problems. And he punched a hole in the wall at one point. Can't remember if it was his dad who did it or Jesse who did it because of his dad, but I remember his dad was involved in some capacity. What is this? A coffee table? That one. So there was a hole in the wall. And at one point, while we were there, just chilling out, we were eating chicken wings. And I don't remember what prompted this, but at one point, I got up and I threw the bone of a chicken leg, like the drumstick chicken leg, just in the wall, just like in the hole of the wall. And it was like adult height, so it fell all the way down. We didn't find that chicken bone after we knocked down that wall later on. I don't really know why. I don't know where it could have gone. As far as I know, bones don't disintegrate over time. So, yeah, that was alarming. All right, now I'll buy the Drachnia. Put it on this table. Most boring desk ever. I hate the way this room looks. Can I just say that? I think this room looks absolutely ridiculous, but I'm not the one who knocked down the wall and decided not to tile up the rest of the kitchen, so I think this looks terrible, but you do you. Okay? I am glad that I can put down rugs under things without having to move those things. Now the big question, where the fuck do I put the bike? Oh, it's a small bike. But yeah, anyway. How many sledgehammers have you guys used in your life? Tell it all. Yeah, Serenity, why are you bleeding? How far do I have to stand back for this to work? Well, Serenity, to be fair, does say a lot of things and then does not elaborate on it. It's just one of the things that she does. Anyway, yeah, as I was asking, how many sledgehammers have you guys used in your life, and what were the reasons? And if any government agents are listening, none of this is admissible in court, because I said so. And it's my stream, and if you want to use evidence from my stream to convict somebody, you need to be paying me on the side. And if you're not paying me on the side, none of this is admissible in court. Okay, I got you guys covered. I'm not allowed to use a sledgehammer. Why not? I've got mental problems and I've had suicidal isolation before. Like, I can use a sledgehammer. The hell makes you so fucking special that you're not allowed to use a sledgehammer? Goodbye, door. Clock? Not allowed to use the clock. I'm destructive and clumsy. That's the point of the sledgehammer! I shouldn't do this. No, you're right. They're gonna want that light switch back, apparently. Paint with faded lemon. It's gonna look disgusting, isn't it? It's not as bad as I thought it would look, but it's still not great. Also, I think I'm standing on the paint bucket as I do this. I've used one for those carnival games. Weirdly enough, I don't think I've ever actually done the hit the bell so hard it rings carnival game, like the one that's like in everything, every movie and every game. But we have a lot of those where it's like, it's a skill game instead of a strength game where you're supposed to hit it, but not so hard that it goes all the way up. You want to hit it so it goes most of the way up, but not to the top. Like the ones that become like the fucking arcade in the movie theater in Crossiron has one of those. And Sam is weirdly good at it. To the point where when she said she was good at it, I called bullshit, and then she proved me wrong twice. The moral of the story is when Sam says she can do something, she can fucking do it. I swing the sledgehammer, it flies out of my hands as I trip over nothing, falls on my head, then the hammer lands on my head. Serenity, you would have to be swinging it so inaccurately and so, like, form badly for it to be able to fly up like a cartoon and hit you in the head. Like, I feel like you're underestimating how heavy a sledgehammer's weight distribution is. That, like, the head alone is quite strong and quite heavy, and I swear I just heard a fucking sad trombone sound. I might be losing my mind. I thought from behind me, out of like my right ear, I heard whoa, 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 and I'm like, what? Why am I hearing? I didn't. I can confirm there was no noise, but I thought I heard it for some reason, and I think it's because I was picturing Serenity fucking Looney Tunes assing her own head with a sledgehammer. And then just be me in the background standing there like fucking Foghorn Leghorn being like, I say, that boy ain't right. I say. I can't do a good Foghorn Leghorn. I don't even know why I went for that. But here we are. Here we are. Like, if we play a D&D campaign and someone got mind controlled, what class will most likely be killed by the party instantly? The wizard would be the most likely candidate because they can cause the most friendly fire damage. because as far as I can recall, being confused in D&D does not stop you from using abilities like it does in Final Fantasy, where you just spam attack. So to prevent the party from being TPK'd, you'd probably take out the wizard first. The other option I would say would be the party's healer. Because if the party's healer goes rogue, then the party's healer is now the enemy's healer, and you definitely don't want that. Those would be my two guesses. I know the other answer would probably be something like the Berserker Barbarian or someone who's already raging, but here's the thing. Most parties that travel with a character that can self-rage or do that typically have an answer for it, because that is absolutely, especially when you have a really hardcore DM, that is a very real thing that the DM will test you on. Is like, oh, you got enraged and this thing is able to hit you. What do you do? React. Oh, you're saying I heard that sound because you did that sound effect. Well, I guess I'm just a genius then. I kind of like the idea of this bed being in this little, like, corner area. I think it looks nice. A bookcase collie. I did not know these things were called a collie. I bought one of these from, like, fucking IKEA before, and I don't think I ever saw it being called that. You got a desk anywhere that I gotta fucking check out? Yes. Ugh. Why would you paint it blue like that? That's terrible. Actually, this is a really bitch boring ass desk anyway. Okay, now we'll get the chair. Dude, the chair can come out in like a blue and that'll look nice. I was supposed to do it that way. I see. Well, fuck you and your inability to like things that are fun. You know what? If they wanted matching colors, they should have fucking bought them themselves, okay? There are bookends! Why couldn't I find those when I was looking for it? Oh yeah, nothing says bedroom like a fucking moss carpet. Stack of board games. Oh, that's too tall. Teddy bear. You know, I still have no earthly idea if I'm building a child's room or not. Okay, I think I'm building a child's room. Call me crazy, I think I might be building a child's room. You gotta put the giraffe on the grass, that's where they like to eat. Job has been finished. Can I brighten up a fucking room or what? That kid's got a bigger room than I have. Or have had. I still haven't figured out how to make fucking roofs yet. Any embarrassing stories? I'm going to need you to be more specific than that. Because in my mind, typically a story is only so embarrassing as to outlive its statute of limitations. After that, it's just a funny story. Like, the farther you get from it being an embarrassing story, the less embarrassing it feels, and the more you're just like, I should just tell this story because it's funny. Because if it happened to anyone else, I would have been laughing my ass off. Where's my cat? Who's a real good kitty? Who's a good Mia? When I said specify or be more specific, I meant like about something specifically. Like, do you have a story about blank? Needs? No needs. Very chill cat. All right, I gotta figure out if I can negotiate before I forget. Again, for like the 12th time. How do you... Oh my god, this guy sells drugs. This guy sells drugs. How do I negotiate for prices? Serenity, how do I negotiate with people to get better prices on what I do for them? It's not much, but it's theirs. With limited energy, Jack needs help turning this house into a true home for his daughters. Comfort, warmth, and favorite colors are key. Let's build a space where they can grow up safe and happy. Well, I mean, this man clearly sells drugs, so he can afford to pay me well. I've never played the first one. Right. If it gets too dark, you can use your flashlight by pressing F, or I could turn the fucking lights on.
It's nothing compared to our previous home, but it's our own. I don't have the energy to truly make it a home.
Maybe take some speed.
But our daughters still have some growing
Jack
up to do, and I
Rubens.
want to be a helping hand. Don't forget about their favorite color for the bedrooms. This has to be a good place for them. I need you to make sure of that.
A home for them. Very cute titles for some of these levels. Alright, hold on, let me go rip apart the ground. Oh, that's dirt on the inside. Inside? Maybe dirt on the outside. But, I'm not being paid to clean the outside, so... I'm doing this for the good of my experience gain. Is it sad that ripping out the plants out here is making me, like, want to push up the date of when I start Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? It's like, ah, yes. More alchemy, more gardening. That's what I want. Patience, Mike. We'll get there. Tale of Henry from Skalitz is not yet over. Naked Minthara. Now that's a cult I'd worship at. Where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. Oh, that was an easy room to do. Clean the dirt. Well, that was easy. I don't feel like this is gonna be that hard compared to half the other places I fucking had to clean recently. Has anyone actually, here's an interesting question. Has anyone there actually ever worked as a house cleaner? Feels like something that, like... What just happened? Oh, I think I just teleported myself back outside. Yeah? What was that like? Disgusting. Well, okay, well, share with us some of your tales. Because the closest I've ever been to being a house cleaner was one time I got hired to clean the massive, like, wall-built fish tank for a friend of my dad's in exchange for... I wanted to get into making videos for YouTube, so he was just going to give me a webcam rather than, like, pay me money. In hindsight, terrible deal. Should have just taken the money. I probably could have gotten a better webcam. But I digress. And the entire time, I did not know that I was allowed to change the channel on the TV. So for like 3.5 hours, I was just listening to the DVD menu for a documentary about Supertramp. And it was just like the opening notes to one of their songs on loop for hours. It was hell. Use tissue sitting out, not cleaning up after their own dog. Some people should not be pet owners. Ah, shit. I needed more paint. Alright, so I'm coming to the conclusion that buying the small paint can, even for a small room, is fucking pointless. Because you are never gonna have enough paint. Maybe if I had the perk that gave me 40% more paint, I could pull it off, but yeah, I think it's just always go medium unless you've already finished off about 90% of the room. It's for a family member to boot. Was it for your aunt? Kind of seems like Serenity's ant-like behavior. Alright, radiator. Great ant. What was so fucking great about them? What's a good complementary color for blue? Like purple? That looks burnt. Do you not know that terminology? No, it's being an asshole. I hope this is a girl's room, or a very flamboyant gay man's room. Why is there a chair up there? You really gonna make me move that fucking table for this? Oh. Didn't matter, there wasn't anything there anyway. This kitchen is too fucking small for all this goddamn furniture. And where the fuck is the dirt? Is that it? Ah. These transparent chairs. I mean, like, am I losing my fucking mind right now? Oh, this is the same layout as that fucking, like, dorm house that the guy rented to the college students. I really feel like a towel radiator is a terrible piece of technology based on the fact that these things, like radiators like this, could heat up to insane amounts of degrees. So like, yeah, it would dry your fucking towels. It would also like fucking burn you if you crashed into it while drunk. And I know a lot of people that would definitely be guilty of that. This fucking thing, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Oh, I gotta paint anyway, so I guess it's fine that I moved this. Who else used to be like a babysitter? Like for like a very early in your life job where like someone trusted you to watch their fucking kids because they went out to, I don't know, go have a life or something after having kids. I used to do that. I used to be a babysitter for a while. I don't know why, because I wasn't very good with kids, but I kept getting requested, so. Like typically, there was this one lady I used to babysit for. I think she had 2 or 3 kids. And like pretty much every time they would ask for me, it was because they like, I don't know why, because these kids were quite young. These kids were like maybe like 6 at the oldest, right? At no point did they want to do anything else besides watch me play PlayStation games that they owned that they didn't play. And the lady herself was not a gamer, and I could never figure out why she had this console. And the game she had Legend of Dragoon. That's where I learned about Legend of Dragoon, was babysitting for this lady. So like, it was crazy because I was hanging out with Jess, right? And like I even asked, I was like, oh, I got a babysit tonight. Like, can I bring my friend over? And she was like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, in hindsight, I'm like, why would you say yes to that? Why the hell would you let like a babysitter? Like my parents had a very strict rule of like, if you have a babysitter, like if they bring over like a friend or a boyfriend, you fucking tell us. Which leads into other stories I could go into, but you know, time and place. But yeah, like no, like me and Jess just like went over there, watched these 2 kids. They eventually went to sleep. We just played Legend of Dragoon all night, and I'm stuck on the fucking thing. I hate these lights. Thank you for the I saw a hydrate. Thank you, Jimmy. So yeah, like that's like literally, if it wasn't for babysitting, I don't think I ever would have found out about Legend of Dragoon. What am I missing right now? Oh, this. Ah, I got stuck again. Oh. There we go. All right, back in the corner, you. I watched Cousin's Kids. We were cool until he got a girlfriend, and now I no longer trust him. Jason, I feel like that story really requires some elaboration, but I can actually also guess that you're probably not okay to talk about it. Do I have anything accurate there? Because typically a falling out that hard is grounds for like, we just don't want to talk about it. Like, and that's completely acceptable. Are you at liberty to talk about why that is, or is that something we just move on from? All right, buy a bed. Last one we made a, ooh, that one's kind of looks like velour. It's real velour. Cheap ass computer chair this is. The problem with babysitting for family, Serenity, that I've noticed, at least, is family likes to skip out on actually paying you a lot of the time because you're family, which I think is really not cool. I don't know, maybe that's just my experience, but I definitely remember having that issue a couple of times where it's like, oh, you know, I'll get you next time. It's like, no, you'll get me now because if I was a different person, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Yeah, that doesn't work. Why can I never find this last, like, little bit of dirt? There we go. Yep. That was another thing I never learned about until, like, much later, is I would always charge, like 20, 30 bucks for a night. And then I found out, like, much later on, it's like, no, dude, you're supposed to charge per hour. Which, I guess in retrospect, I kind of just answered my own earlier question of, I don't know why I kept getting hired. It's probably because I didn't charge that much because I didn't fucking know any better. I would do it more just to help people out and just like give me something to do because otherwise I would just be sitting at home all day. Like, for some people, going to babysit was just an excuse to fucking use the goddamn computer and internet without having to worry about having to fucking share with my sister. Because after the kids would go to bed, I could just fucking go on MSN. And I wouldn't have to be like, I have to, okay, it's been like 30 minutes, give Brittany her turn. Basically, I moved in with him for a short time to help him out. Turns out he was seeing a girl on the side. I mean, that's what guys do. Then eventually she came home with him, and needless to say, I heard things, so I moved back home with him. I have so many more questions that I feel like didn't get answered by that story. When I lived with my buddy and his wife, I was rolled into free babysitting for their kid. Yeah, that does tend to happen, unfortunately. Like, if you're just there anyway, they just assume, like, you've got nothing else going on. Like, maybe you just don't want the responsibility of watching a fucking kid. You know? Like, you may not have much going on, but that doesn't mean, like, your time should be considered as worthless, you know? Alright, what am I missing here? Oh, that's the shitty little kitchen. The shitty little foyer. There we go. Oh, well, I am asking you, explain your story, because you're just like, I heard things, but then, like, it's like, what does that mean? And also, when you say he was seeing somebody on the side, do you mean, like, he was dating somebody else, and you were, like, forced to, like, cover up for him or something? Is that what was going on? Like, that's where I'm confused. Because it feels like there's more to this story that we're not getting, and I want to know. Times I gotta fucking paint before I get another paint level. Oh, there it is. I want that, yeah, I want that 40% less paint used. Inquiring Mikes need to know. Miranda's been around me long enough that she knows one of my catchphrases. Well, I just say it a lot. Because typically the catchphrase is inquiring minds need to know. But my name is 4 letters, just like the word mind is, and it sounds very similar. So I just change it up to, instead of inquiring minds, I say inquiring mics need to know, because I'm in a mic and I'm inquiring. I heard the fuck! Jesus Christ, that was so volatile. The apartment was 2-bedroom, you had me in the kitchen, only the 2 kids had their own bedroom. You got to live in the kitchen? Where the snacks live? If you explain anything to Mike, he'll hit that Starship Trooper prompt. Would you like to know more? Always. Oh, thank you, dear. Do you guys want... Wait, you had to live on the floor? That's not good for your back. I can't even sleep on a couch. And yes, Serenity, please tell us something that happened at work. A radiator? Oh, yeah, that's right. You got flashed by an old lady or something, didn't you? How did that happen? Because I assume she wasn't like just walking around in like a big-ass trench coat and went, ha-ha! Now my dangly parts are yours. Things that make you go, ugh. Oh, no, I got a whole ass wall to use. I thought maybe I like had landed this poorly, but no. Again, if you wanted these to match, you'd have bought it your fucking self. Cannot be held responsible for the color choices that may strike me as proper at the time of purchase. Why did you ask to see them? Well, then that would feel like it was unwarranted. Where the fuck do I go to negotiate in this game? I never had to actually cover for my cousin. I had to make sure his kids were behaved. That was 3 years ago. Remember when I was living with my first roommate, Steven, good guy, football guy. We had the weirdest living dynamic because he was a big sports jock guy and I was an anime nerd who played video games. And somehow we still made it work because he also liked video games and I would enjoy hearing his stories about a life that I did not know. Literally to describe the dynamic of our household, on top of our entertainment center in the living room, there was a football and an anime figurine. And it was like, that's it. If you need to know what this house is like, look at that mantle and you will know what this house is like. And I remember, I gotta pet my cat, 1 sec. Gotta pet the kitty. I remember one day, because he'd been dating this one girl, the one that he's married to now, and has like 2 kids with, I think. I don't wanna have a cat. How do I get the hat on the cat? How do I get the hat on the cat? I don't know how to do it. Anyway, yeah, he's dating this girl that he's like now married to and has kids with and everything like that. And there was a day we were coming home from getting groceries or something like that, and there was like these 3, and it was a 3-floor walk up. So it was like there was no elevator. We were just walking up the stairs because we were on the 3rd floor, because of course we were. Office, click on the office tab, Mike. Where? Office tab. Was it in the cat menu? Office. Oh, it's when it's on the job. Oh. Oh my god, Mia's a witch. Perfect. Thank you, Jimmy. You have made this... Did you just shit on the floor? I put a litter box right there! Oh, you know what you did. You know what you did. What was I talking about before? We're going up the stairs in a 3-floor walk up carrying our groceries, and there's like these four ladies coming down the stairs that were probably like the same age as us. I don't remember. It's weird to say they were teenagers because I think we were teenagers at the time. We're like really early adults, right? And Steven is the fucking charismatic football player. So he's like, oh, you know, hey, how's it going? Blah, 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 making conversation. My mind, I'm just like, I hate people. I want to go upstairs. Why are we dragging this out? I'm holding bags of groceries. Find out there's like a party going on the first floor. So, are there any more weeds out here that I gotta get? I don't think so. And they're like, oh, you guys should come hang out and stuff like that. And we should go hang out like that. And I'm like, 1, I don't like parties. 2, you have a girlfriend. He's like, fuck, I do have a girlfriend. Yeah, I should behave. All right, fine, fuck it. So we go upstairs, we unpack your groceries. I start playing a game in the living room because that's typically where I spent most of my time. Like, I had a TV in my room, but being in the living room was like an invitation to be like, if you're bored, come hang out here, it's cool. As opposed to, I want to be alone. So I think I was playing like fucking Fire Emblem or something. Like, this was during the area where I was playing like a lot of Radiant Dawn on the Wii. And, where are you? I see you around here somewhere. There it is. And little do I know, Steven is in his room watching people at this party from like his tiny little window in his room, because the room that he moved into was like my old office, because it was not technically a bedroom, but it had a tiny window in it that was, I'm gonna say smaller than this window for the bedroom, but it could open. So legally, when I asked like, can I move a roommate in here? They're like, it has a window, so yes, you could. Like, neat. He is watching people from like the 3rd floor, just staring at his window. And he keeps coming out to report things to me that I do not care about. Like, oh, you know, these guys are showing up at the party. Like, we should go down there and like hang out, or like, we should go down there. I want to fight those guys. And it's like, dude, we don't need to go down. If you go down there, you're going to get in trouble. You have a girlfriend. He's like, I do have a girlfriend, damn it. Or yeah, I should behave. All right, I'll stay here. Because he knew if he would go down there, he would flirt. Because that's just his personality. That's just how he rolls. He would have done it. So I had to like be his conscience like all night. Every 20 minutes he'd come out of his room again and be like, oh my, they're bringing like a keg in down there. And I'm like, I don't drink, you shouldn't drink, go back to your room, Steve. And he's like, yeah, I should behave. All right, let's go back to my room. And it was just the whole night of just this. Colorful memory. You creep me out, sir. White walls won't do. This couple wants their home to reflect it. Life full of travel and joy. What colors inspired their adventures? Decorate the space so it shines in every photo. I'm gonna have to do a lot of painting, aren't I? I still remember the day he like came home and told me, he's like, yeah, I'm moving out because like me and her are gonna get a place and all that. And all I was thinking was like, kind of leaving me holding the bag here, but at the same time, if you're gonna do that, this better be the fucking one you stay with.
This place
and lo and behold, it's like 10 years later, or 15 years later, and yeah, they're still together. So I would say worth it.
Colors, everything looks so plain and white.
That's all I wanted as like a recompense for that. It's like, yeah, this kind of sucks for me, but if you end up happy from this, I'm okay with it in the long run. And he did.
This way we can decorate with our photos from the get-go.
I don't think she ever liked me that much. I don't know, I always got that impression, but I also have that voice in my head that just tells me that everyone doesn't like me that much. So, it's hard to tell, like, differentiate, like, fact from fiction of my brain. But, like I said, they ended up happy together, and that's more than enough for me. Like, I had to move back to my dad's for a bit, and, you know, things went downhill from there, but whatever, that's not his fault. What, am I supposed to hold somebody fucking hostage because I don't want to move back home? That's immaturity. That's not a good friend. You have to stay on the straight and narrow. That's because I was a little goody two-shoes. I didn't have like the rebellious, like, go out and party, you know, flirt around, sleep with whatever you can kind of era of my life because I wasn't cool. I think I've told this story before, but like the first time I ever went to a party, which was because of Steven trying to get me to come out of my shell a bit more, I went to a party and it was one of those stereotypical parties like where there's drinking and there's loud music. Like somehow always loud music. Where I'm like, does nobody mind this music? It's too loud for me. I know I sound like an old man, but does nobody mind this? I'm 20 and this is too loud. But like the first time I ever went to like a party was with him. And he goes around and he's like socializing. He tried to introduce me to like a bunch of people, but like just it doesn't stick. You know, I'm not a party person. I'm not a new people person. I'll make friends on my own terms or I won't. You know. But like throughout this entire party, it's like fucking. I think we're hitting close to like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and he's off talking to people at this party. I don't know where he is. That's fine. It's his. You know, he's having fun. That's what matters. Where am I mounting this thing at? Where's the? Oh, it's an air conditioner. I'm sitting on the couch watching the fucking Michael Keaton Batman movie, like the first live-action Batman movie, right? Because I fucking love that movie. Michael Keaton is the best Batman. I will fight you on this until I die. And I'm watching it, right? And there's the scene in the movie where at one point Jack Nicholson's Joker like breaks into like an art museum or something and starts like defacing the paintings and stuff. And there are people who are being like killed here and stuff like that. And I think was it Kim Basinger was like the main lead of that one? I can't remember. Anyway, like the main love interest of the movie is like in trouble and shit like that. Fucking Batman shows up, and for whatever reason, this scene, like while they're inside doing all this harm and stuff, he decides to go up on the roof. He pulls up in his car and then goes up on the roof and comes down through the skylight. And I'm sitting there watching this on the couch by myself, voicing my thoughts on this because fuck it, people are singing and dancing and doing whatever they want because it's a party to everyone but me. And I'm like out loud, I'm like, why would he go up, like why would he park his car, climb up the building, and then come in through the skylight? Like time is of the essence, people are dying, and from behind me I hear like, that's a really good fucking point, man. I turn around, there are 6 people behind me just watching the movie with me. Like, hold it. What, like 2 are like leaning on the couch, but like now everyone is staring at me because I've been doing commentary to myself. And that's where I was like, I'm not a party person. I might be a content creator at some point, but I am not a party person. It did make me like that Batman movie that much more, though. Depends on the party, Mike. When I say I'm not a party person, I specifically mean like that kind of stereotypical party, not like in general. And then after that, I believe somebody broke something and everyone had to leave. And then I got to play the first exciting round of how do I escort my drunk friend home when I don't know where we are. And I say the first exciting edition of that because that has happened about a dozen times in my life because I don't drink. I don't like the taste of alcohol. I don't like not being aware of myself unless I'm safely within the confines of my own 4 walls. That's why I don't get stoned and go out anymore, because I did that once and I forgot to pay a bill and I felt really bad for it. Wasn't even my bill, but like I was with somebody who forgot to pay her bill, and because I wasn't on the ball, I didn't think to remind her to do it. So I felt bad, so that's why I don't do that. But yeah, I've literally had to escort drunk friends home where I have no idea where we are, and you have to remember, this was before you could just pull out a cell phone and Google it. Like, I had a cell phone for emergencies. I didn't have fucking data on that cell phone. Because that was when data wasn't, like, a guaranteed with a phone plan. I paid for, like, the bare minimum for calling and texting for what I needed, and that was it. So I'm wandering around, like, and eventually I think I ended up just, like, calling my dad and be like, can you come and get us? I don't know where the hell we are. And, like, every time I would do that, like, if I ever had to do that, because it happened a couple times, like I said, every time I had to call him for that kind of thing, he'd always be like, you know, it's cool. Like, you can always call me if you ever have an emergency. I'd rather you wake me up and me come and get you than like, you be stranded somewhere, right? But here's the thing. The difference was that kind of sentiment was when I wasn't on the phone with him. If I called him one day and I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go here. He's like, oh yeah, if you need anything, just call me or something like that. All big. But the moment I actually have to call him for that is when I would get the over the phone. He'd still show up because he's my dad. That's what dads do. But like, I definitely got like the, you were not supposed to call me on this particular offer kind of vibe. Like, I said it to be a good guy, not so you'd actually do it. But like, he's never like made me walk home or anything like that. He's never like been like, oh, no, you got yourself into this fucking situation. I didn't want to go to this party. I was dragged here against my will. You get yourself out of it, you know? So like, attitude or not, it was like, I always still got home safe, which was something. And I know a lot of people can't say the same thing about that kind of situation where they would have had that parent that was like, nope, fuck you. Like, beep. The caller you were trying to reach doesn't give a shit. Please hang up and go fuck yourself. Or whatever those messages actually say. It's probably something along those lines. Mount devices, another air conditioner. Do you need an air conditioner in every fucking room of your house? Like, I hate being warm. I don't think I'd pay for this. Paint with colors, bright peach. Pretty sure we're at the point now where like a standard medium will do the job. With the 40% perk. I think the worst of the whole like trying to escort someone drunk home fiasco was the time where I was like too stubborn to call my dad for it. Because we were downtown, and like if you've ever been in this fucking city, you know driving downtown is a nightmare on a good day. Try 3 a.m. We were like across the city at a birthday party of somebody who was kind of a friend of mine, but also dating my friend, who then they broke up that night, and I had to then escort that friend home while he was drunk. And I had been jumped about 2 months before this, so he was on like, because his drunk brain was not giving him proper information, he was on like hyper vigilant alert for people who would try to hurt us, or more specifically hurt me, because he was in that whole I don't give a shit about myself mentality because of the breakup thing. So not only was I having to like try to figure out where we were and how to get home, it was also a case of like, now I have to stop him from picking fights with people who don't actually want to hurt us. He just thinks they do, because right now he's like wired to think everyone is the enemy. That was probably the worst one, because it took us, I want to say like we left at like midnight or 1, and by the time we got back to my apartment, it was, oh god, what time would that have been? That had to be like 3, 4 in the morning. Which by that point, like I had kind of given up on like, I'm not getting any sleep tonight anyway. So I'm pretty sure we just watched the live action Mario Brothers movie and just did commentary over it the whole time, because he was still, he's like, we got back, and he's like, I don't see a reason to stop drinking. So we just did that all night. Ended up being good. And then of course I told my dad about that like all over the phone like the next day. He's like, why didn't you call me? And I'm like, because it was 3 a.m. He's like, I don't care. I would have come and get you. And it's like, I know you would have, because you've proven that. But at the same time, I would have gotten the look of like, why are we doing this again? And I really didn't want to have that look again. You know, a lot of things would be a lot easier if I just drove. This whole having to escort drunk people home would be a lot easier with a car, but I just don't trust myself behind the wheel of a vehicle. a good thing you don't drink. I can't remember how many times I've been blackout drunk and don't remember how I got home. You're very detail-oriented, dear. I think once you've gotten more practice, I think you will be a fine driver. You're very meticulous with that kind of stuff, so I think you will be a very safe driver. I think the thing you'd need the most practice on would be preparing for when other people do something suddenly, and I think once you got that, you'll be fine. Hate this color. This color's not terrible. Dad is nicer than my mom, and I can prove it. Why would did your mom ever actually like not come to get you after saying they would? You know, this guy was complaining about his house being all white and he just wanted different colors in the rooms, but I don't know if he realized he just ended up like picking so many colors that his house kind of looks like a fruit punch. It's like a bunch of different specific, like, really tropically vibrant colors, you know? I threw my back out at work. I don't think so. I feel like that's a story I would remember. Because it's the kind of story that if Xander told it, people would just call him Unk nonstop, although they do that anyway. Spices, 88 hour. Pastel pink. Tell the story about finding the dead body? The one at work? Yeah. Why did I specify that like there's multiples of those stories? I've only found the one dead body. Like, everybody is 10 minutes away from death. Remember, Jimmy, a lot of people are, like, good. So for context, the day we had learned that one of my uncles who used to babysit us as kids molested another uncle once upon a time and oh, okay. Wait. Confronted us being my brother and I, if he'd ever done anything to us, he hadn't. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Also, unclear on how we got to this point in the story, but go on. Is there like another place I can do this? Oh, I have perks to level up. Why have I not been doing that? New hammer. Extra money for the job. Still haven't figured out how the cookbook works yet. But that set the tone of my mood for the rest of the day. I was pissed when I clocked in for the day and admitted to my boss I probably shouldn't be at customer service, so they put me in a register for the rest of the day. Okay, alright. Kind of following. This picture in the bottom left creeps me the fuck out. Alright, where's my cat? You shit on the floor again? Hello, Nia. I will give you pet. Wish I could get Nia to wear a little witch hat. Yeah, you! I'm not feeling the blue anymore. Any other pastel colors? Besides, like, pink? Purple? Like a pastel blue or a pastel green? It was Walmart. I didn't have to talk with people. I did over aggressively scan every item in bag as quickly as I could. On the second hour, there was a loud crack, and I couldn't move. They had to call my mom to come and get me. Meantime, they sent me to the register in lawn and garden as I was at least able to walk slower than a snail. Wait, so you hurt yourself and their solution was make her work in a different department? Yeah, that's fucking responsible. Max Johnson. A car enthusiast, no space for his new ride? Disaster. Garage is overdue for a transformation to a spotless section for prize vehicles. Job done right could come with a little extra appreciation. What, is he gonna jerk me off after this? What does that mean, a little extra appreciation? Just pay me.
Hey there, how's it going? Man, this is not how I wanted this to look like. I work with cars and I play with cars, so I know the state of the garage is shameful. Just look at this mess. I really need space for my new ride, though. If you could make it as spotless as the garage, I'll throw in a little extra for you. Whew. Good thing I don't have to keep my truck here as well.
Wait, is your truck actually gonna be in there then? So my mom got there, yeah. After 20 minutes, the store manager just told me to clock out. I walk at snail's pace. That's as fast as I could time the kids to the time clock. Well, mom shows up. They can't have me for 20 minutes as I walk back to climb out. One sec, I gotta rip up all these weeds. He didn't ask me to, but I am a full-service, not house flipper guy, because apparently we just haven't gotten to that point of the game yet, where I buy a house and flip it. One day we'll be more than a glorified house cleaner. Sure, I have the money to even buy a house to start with, like a small one to start with, but like, here's the problem. I don't know how to do roofs yet. So I'm at the mercy of the game until it tells me how to do the fucking rooftops. Molehill's visible. I might need that for later. Could be a surprise tool that will help us later, who knows. Gonna come back home and be like, yo dude, where's all the weed in my background? In my backyard. I'll be like, oh. That was experience in my pocket, my good sir. Ergo, it did not survive the trip. Yeah, this truck's gonna be the fucking way. There. Mom yells at me in the store because everyone's freaking out, but I hadn't checked the most traveled route. So I'm trying to do two things at the same time. Had to check the most traveled route. The time clock. She gets me in the car. You think she'd be urgent care? Some shit. Nah, bitch. Pulled in our local Kroger, which is where I work now. Ironically, put my hands on a cart and said, "Walk it off, bitch." Wow. Can't take a man's poster away. I gotta leave that there. Thank you for the hydrate. Wait, the microwave doesn't count as garbage? Rules don't count. I feel like I'm missing a box or something. Oh, that's not a microwave, that's a safe. That is a safe. But is the rest of the trash in the truck? Nope. Oh, does this count? Nope. Maybe it's on the back of the door. Oh wait, that's stupid. I'd be able to see that, but I did need to open those anyway for that. It doesn't help that the fucking brickwork in this garage is terrible, so it just looks like it's dirty still. Alright, time for the cheating device. Alright, where's the trash that I still have to throw out? Missing like one thing of garbage. It's not the poster. I don't see it. Aha! Found it. It was on top of that and I just didn't see it for some reason. On top of the pile, stupid. Wasn't too bad. I didn't really have to, like, actually fix anything. That's how I had to just clean. craftsman needs his tools, I'm no different. I wonder if I'm gonna get anything for like finishing all the jobs in this one part of town, or in this one town, I should say. The kitty. Always gotta pet the Nia. Mouse? Get the mouse. Get it. Get the mouse. Get it. Get the mouse. See, you don't have to have a big house. You just have to have a cat, and life is good. A cat with a little witch hat. Four jobs left. Anne is ready for a fresh start, but tiling, painting, and plumbing are definitely not her thing, not to mention cleaning up the mess inside. Once the reno is done, she'll probably sell the house. Reminds her too much of someone who deeply let her down. I mean, you would get a lot more money if it was clean, so yeah, I can see the... I can definitely see the reasoning behind it. AKA, yes, I did have it looked at. At best, I can get a little bit more in shape and pray someone decides to take a breast reduction in order to make it more bearable, unless, fuck, I'm in pain and am stiff, can't move, send help, please.
All this talk about a joint venture, and he leaves me high and dry. As dry as my skin is getting from all the stress. I definitely can take care of myself. Have been for a long time, really. But I don't know the first thing about house renovation. Please, help me get this place ready for sale. There's no point in me living here alone. Besides, I'll need the money for a good divorce lawyer.
Decisions. That looks like a pair of pants floating in the wind. Oh, dear God. Well, it's an awful lot of weeding to do. I think nobody has ever tended to this fucking house. By the way, this is an interesting question, but maybe one of you guys will actually be like, "Oh, I get why that exists." There's a game that I've seen advertised a couple times on both Facebook as well as like Steam and stuff like that, and it's like it looks like you're in just like a giant library, and the whole point of the game is to just pick up all the books that are just disorganized on the ground and put them back on shelves. From what I gather, that is the entire game. Why is that a game? Well, like library something, but it's like who is this for exactly? I mean, I guess you could make the exact argument about what I'm doing right now, but that's why I'm asking you guys, so I don't have to try and come up with a rationality for it. Make some odd games. Jason, Google or check out Steam, open Steam and look up a game just called Fish. Just Fish. I remember Jimmy looking at it. Makes the point about the whole people making weird games thing just very much, yep, people are weird. Oh my God, this is actually cramping my hand. I'm getting so much gardening experience. agility. Max strength. Jason, when are you doing your next part of the Mario Marathon anyway? I think it's been a little while since you've done that, right? Oh, that was garbage. I was just, like, clipping it through the wall. That's for the outside. Let's fix this shithole up. Okay, maybe this time I can actually get away with only painting it like a very, like with a small bucket, because I've got the, like it's a small room, and I've got the perk for that. It's got a security system. I don't think anyone thought to use that before they invited the fucking, like, hoarders to live here. You ever just like dread opening a door because you know what you're gonna find on the other side is not gonna be pretty? Amazing they don't make you paint the windowsills, because like the windows, especially like this looks really tacky with it not being done. But like you don't actually have to paint them. It doesn't count as part of the 100%. Which is wild to me. Wait, I gotta fix light bulbs now? How do I do that? You can paint, I mean, I can paint them right now. I'm saying you don't have to paint them, which is weird. They're not counted as part of the requirement for like doing all of it. What are they? Oh, no, never mind. I'm crazy. I swear to God that did not used to be required. I'm losing my mind. That's fine. At least it looks good now. Alright, so how do I do this? Repair light bulbs. Right? Keep seeing a prompt pop up, but like... There we go. I had to focus on the individual light bulbs, that's why it's not working. That is a little annoying. Gross. Time to ruin yet another vacuum cleaner. I don't mind. It's like a pretty realistic depiction of like what this would actually be like, especially if you're going into like a hoarder's house. And if it really bothered me that much, I would turn off the, like there's an option to turn them off, so. I'll deal. It helps with the trauma. Where you at? Where are you at? Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. It went away after I pulled that out. Sometimes it doesn't keep up with me as well as I would hope it would. Alright, repair an electrical outlet. How's that one? Not that one. 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 Nope. 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 Oh, yeah, no, it is back there. One thing I haven't been able to figure out so far, Serenity, is I don't think they bothered to put multiplayer into this one. Which is kind of a shame, since you said the second one has that, and apparently this is just built onto that engine. So it's weird to me that they just wouldn't include that. Well, if there's multiplayer for this one, I haven't figured out how to do it yet. I haven't seen an option or any any tells for it that say like, this is how you do that. Walls look so fucked up that I don't even know if painting over them would actually fix this problem. I feel like you would be like almost obligated to rip the walls down and just build them anew with how fucked these walls are. Worst part is like once you get all this cleaned up and painted and shit, this house doesn't look that bad. It's just literally how much of a difference the fucking grime makes. Probably wouldn't keep this furniture kicking around after the bug problem though. Because those little bastards are extremely durable and very hard to get rid of once they're like invested in living in your shit. So it's better just to scorched earth the whole place. Try again fresh, you know what I mean? I speak from experience. Dual supports crossplay. It actually kind of, like, I'm sure it's hard to set that up, but it actually really surprises me when games come out nowadays that don't have that. Because, like, yes, it's completely understandable that most people are going to play it on, like, a computer or something, right? But, like, there are still going to be those people who, for one reason or another, don't have PC or don't have the ability to game on their PC. You know? So, like, you are kind of alienating an entire potential audience for your product by not putting in crossplay. And at the end of the day, like, that's just less money in your pocket. Hell, I've seen some games get sold just on the merit of being cross-platform. Then there's Jason, who just explained what crossplay was for anyone who wasn't following along. I don't know, it feels weird that when like there's something like so obvious as a feature and just like games don't have it, like nobody on the dev team did the research or like considered it as an option, and I don't know, it baffles me. Maybe it's because I'm an overthinker. So like I kind of tend to think of too much, especially when it comes to like how something would work, or like how bad of an idea another thing might be. It feels like a really silly idea to not include like just like kind of like look at an entire there it is. So like just look at like an entire spectrum of gamers, just be like, oh, we don't want these ones. Like, really? Art thou serious? Like a roach crawled into this one and exploded. Radiator. Ugh. Who died in this fucking bathroom? I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to, destroy this, aren't I? Where else is there dirt that I don't see? There it is. Clean the window. Place ceramic wall tiles. Okay. Nope. Right, let me back up into this. Like, on one hand, I can say if you want to push consoles with the upcoming Gears E Day. But if you're a third-party company when you release your games on many platforms, yeah, again, like it just feels weird to cut an entire audience out of your game. So we need a turlet. Gotta be like a go fancy turlet too. And then a washer. Oh, that's why I'm not getting it. Because the stupid fucking caps are there. Sitting here going like, why is this not working? Did I like actually like not leave myself enough space? No, I'm just an idiot. They should have put the fucking radiator first. Ugh. Love the super mop, though, I will say that. You're gonna get me to paint this fucking room, aren't you? Sorry, is that called? Oh, I thought that was called moldy cobalt. I was like, gross? I definitely do not think I would enjoy having to do house painting. It's easy in this game because I don't have to fucking move furniture or tape anything down, but I genuinely think this would be the most annoying task to have to do to, like, do house maintenance. Even if you had, like, one of these cool roller brushes, it would still be the task of, like, having to clean it and move stuff, you know? If there was a different department or whatever that would come in and do the cleaning part afterwards, that's a different story entirely. But if it's just like, and I can imagine it's all part of the same job, so I don't even want to entertain that idea. I don't know. I feel like I would just hate this. Job has been done. 1, 2, 3 thou for some house cleaning is pretty good. Look at this. Look at it. Look at how fucking good I am at this. The fucking backyard. I mean, granted, backyard still looks like shit, but it's got no more weeds. The kitchen's clean. There's no more roaches. Bathroom's completely fixed. I didn't do that one window wall, but that's fine. It didn't count against me. One of these days, someone's gonna teach me how to do goddamn roofs. And then we will be fine. Because I'd like to sell this little shack of mine and move on to bigger and better things. Where's my cat? There you are. Hello. Hello, little Mia. Alright. We got 3 jobs left. Preschool power-up. Time to forget. Oh, she's doing a little heart thing. Time to forget the dull spaces and bring color inside. From now on, this preschool will be nothing but fun. Learning to feel like play. Everybody grab your tools, bring the colors. Remember, the one who cleans up the most trash wins. That's a trap. Never believe them when they say if you clean up the most trash, you win. Because you know what? That's just a trick to get you to clean. I hate the color of this house. It looks terrible. I'm also pretty sure the door's on backwards.
Hello there. This is going to be an exciting trip, so buckle down. See this boring office? We are going to make this into the most exciting place ever. A place of learning. attitudes to learning are formed before going to school proper. I want to give these kids a chance to have fun gaining knowledge. But we're gonna need bucketfuls of color to make it cool. Chop chop, the one who cleans up the most trash wins.
Why are you making this a competition? I'm the only one here. Like, no one else is participating in this. I'm the only one who showed up to work. I don't have any people to delegate to yet. In fact, I'm willing to bet that's not a thing. You kind of take away the gameplay aspect if you were able to house flipper somebody else. Like, yeah, you go flip houses for me. I'm gonna kick back and enjoy the easy life. At least the lawn here is actually cut, so it's considerably easier to find all the weeds. Really easy experience gained for it, though, I will say that. Like, before I even start tending to gardens at my own fucking place, I'm gonna have, like, maxed out gardening experience. And I'm okay with that, because eventually I'm gonna figure out how to buy a lawnmower. I get something out of that. Also, don't think it was lost on me that she said we're gonna turn this into a fucking preschool, and one of the first screenshots showed a bunch of beer cans in there. Like right in the fucking, yep, right in the fucking hallway, just a whole bunch of fucking beer cans. So you ought to leave the beer cans so the students know what not to do. Lay floor tiles, huh? Whoa, that brightened up a hell of a lot. Now let's see what horrors are awaiting us in here. A couple pizza boxes, some beer cans. Not the end of the world. The shelves need to go? Yes. the orange and the green look too bad together. I have to say, every preschool needs a casting couch. God, I hope that's not true. Yes, I will take horribly fucking damaging statements for 500. A whiteboard? Why are there... Oh! Oh, I get it. Okay, so they're supposed to go like this. They're supposed to like connect. Because there's shoe cabinets, because this is like the walk-in. Okay, I fucked that one up. Okay, a whiteboard. I don't know why there would be a whiteboard over shoe cabinets, but here we are. This isn't a classroom. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. Alright, fine. I'll move the stupid whiteboard. Yeah, that's actually, like, really, really cute. I don't know whose coats are going up there, but whatever. A floor lamp? Okay. I used to have a bunch of dinosaur pictures in my bathroom that looked kind of like this. Found them at Value Village for like a good price. I gave them to one of my ex's kids. Ugh. Oh. Silly me, I wasn't actually supposed to keep any of that. colors. Interesting. I don't think I've had to do that before. Oops. That was meant to be small. Oh, I guess we'll do 2 small and 1 big. You know, honestly, I think the before and after for this one's gonna look really good. Mountable narrow curtain. She put up a curtain rod before. That's like not the most out of the ordinary thing I've ever had to do. Kind of a pain in the ass, but it's not the end of the world. It's not like super, super hard. Definitely not something I would like look forward to doing. Okay, whiteboard. Children's table. Children's chairs. Gentlemen, how do we kill Superman? Another poof. A ball. A box with a flap. I like how even they couldn't figure out what the hell that was supposed to be, so we just left it there. picture on that? Alright. Picture of a cat. You can't put shit all on the windowsill. How many of these do I have to fucking buy? Apparently a lot. Donkeys. Oh, okay. Bunny. Board games. Two stacks of board games. Bike. An indoor bike. A fucking tent? Kids have it good, man. I have no fucking tent when I was in grade school. That's for damn sure. Oh, that's really cute. A little heart toy. Cute. Alright, time to destroy the backyard. This will make it very easy for the zombies to take over this yard. You guys are here for, right? It's like weird, obscure Plants vs. Zombies jokes. This one fell over. Does that count? It's like in there, but I get it. The floating speaker. gonna be the biggest transformation of any of these places I've worked on in this entire game, I think. Just like how dynamic, I mean, short of like knocking out the fucking walls. Is that radiator broken? Because I swear to God, I already cleaned that. Fix an electrical outlet. I don't know, some people are speculating that they won't bother to show one for Weaves, but we'll see what happens. I honestly don't care either way. I have zero desire to ever return back to Fodlan again. Plus, it's gonna be on the Switch too, which I don't have anyway, so. Or need Nintendo thrusting in my face going, buy our console, buy our console, buy our console now. Curtain rods. Really? Because this stupid thing's in the way? Buy objects. A bookcase Callie. Chest of drawers. Chest of drawers. Round tables. Chairs. L-box. Well, at this point, I'm committed to putting the different colored ones down. A computer desk. Oh, what the fucking lamp. A foam bridge mold for children. A shape foam for children. Block. Triangle. Block bridge. Smaller. Pyramid. Bunny. Sleepy bear. Tiny crocodile. That's very cute. Elephant. The hungry, hungry hippo. Zebra. Oh, I remember these things from like a fucking dentist's office. The little things you... Yeah, I remember those. A hopscotch map. A kid's cooking station. Gotta domesticate them somehow, I guess. A fake shopping basket. I've already made the domestication joke. And a puzzle rug. Thank God this place is full. Trash. What else is trash in here? Ceramic green tiles for the floor. To retile the actual wall. This had to have been like a frat house or something before they decided to turn this into a preschool, right? It's the only thing that makes sense with how much beer and pizza there was everywhere. Again, really glad they didn't move the furniture for this part. Buy object. Case Callie. The hanging organizer. Second hanging organizer. Oh, good. Roaches in the bathroom, that's what you want to see. That's immoral. I need to move it and it won't move. Yeah, apparently I got the roaches that time. You should be letting kids in this building. Like, this fucking place needs to be condemned with this many roaches. You are not getting rid of them, I promise you. Oh. Oh, it's because I did that. Yeah, because it like went to the next room because it was like a bit of a flipping issue. Hey. Yes. God, this is gonna look like wildly different. The yards too. I'm actually kind of curious. Yeah. Oh, I did a good job. I've made this a place for learning. What? Nothing for the outside? I worked my ass off on the outside of that house. Hot chocolate, homemade cakes, and good books. That's our family's recipe for a perfect evening. You and your weird hive mind cluster. Still think that looks like it would be a lookout side boss. They would just all be fused together. Look at that little picture on the corner. Tell me I'm wrong. Like, nobody takes a family photo that's that close together. That is creepy. There we go. Where's the kitty? There you are. Hello. You're so cute. Just like real Nia. Except she won't let me put a little witch hat on her. Yeah, it's feathers. I bet you they let you play fetch with the dog. Like if you get a dog. I'm kind of curious, like, what the other, like, how much detail they went into with the other pets. Because, like, cats and dogs is one thing. Those are common. Everyone knows what you do with those. But, like, I wonder what the other ones are, you know? But me, I'm a cat man. All right. Daddy's got work to do. Don't poop on my floor again. Distract the little cutie from behind someone, put the hat on her. I have a little hat for her. She, I got a picture of her wearing it. She was not happy with me. I don't know if I want to leave that open. You might run out. You're an indoor kitty. See? And people say you can't have it all. I have a Minthara poster. I have a cat. I have a chainsaw. I have everything I could possibly need in this tiny, no-bedroom shack in the middle of whatever town this is. Like, life could be a lot worse than what I got right here, you know? If only I could get this little bastard to stop pooping on my rug, we'd be fucking set. Plus, I mean, I do have a cool, crisp $177,000 in the bank. What does it cost to even buy, like, another house? I could have bought a lot of land by now. Whispering Frost. How much does it cost to buy KAME house again? We actually have enough to buy KAME house. You bought a new house. Do you want to go there right away? Yes. It'd be pretty easy to fix that sign to be KAME house if I just take the M and the K and swap spots with them. Jack is nosy. He likes to know exactly what's going on at his properties. Yeah, well, Jack sounds like a douchebag who doesn't know how to trust people. Buyers. On your left, you can see thumbs for buyers. From time to time, they will comment on your actions. Pay attention to those at the top. The higher they are, the more they're willing to pay for this house. But what if I want KAME house for myself? You can rent out properties. You can generate additional income by renting out your purchased properties to others. Don't worry, you can still visit the rented property, although your options for interior modifications will be limited. And selling a property before the rental agreement expires will incur additional costs. To increase the value of the house, you can take part in one of the gardening competitions. Pressing enter, you can choose to... Well, I don't know if that's going to work here. Wow, the water effects aren't too bad. No splish splash sounds, though. Immersion broken! still haven't earned my axe yet. How do I change that? Like, there's no way they made something this specific and didn't give you a chance to change it. What is that? What did I just pick up? I don't know what I just picked up. I picked up a thing. I don't know what it was. It's coconut? Wait, those, no, they didn't, like, those aren't Dragon Balls, are they? Hold on. Hold on, because we found 2 so far. If those are fucking Dragon Balls, I'm gonna lose it. That'll be so cool. That's it. We have mastered every single skill in Gardener. We haven't done a single thing in gardening besides rip weeds. All right, well, that's 3. Let's see if... Oh man, you messed with KAME house. There's a basement? I don't know if I want to go to Master Roshi's basement. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna scratch that. I definitely don't want to go down to Master Roshi's basement. Oh, look. His shades. The legends. They knew what they were doing. They fucking knew what they were doing. No, you know what? That's Future Mike's problem. I don't want to. I really don't think I want to go to Master Roshi's fucking basement. Don't have to do the dishes if you sell all the dishes. Does Orochi's house have 2 floors? I think Master Orochi's house had 2 floors. Oh, doesn't have a Dragon Ball. That's 4. Wait. I am collecting Dragon Balls. Yo. Okay, so one's for tiling, one's for selling, and one is for that, it looks like, for hammering. What does that say? To-do list: eat, sleep, train, find flipper balls, and revive Krillin. They knew what they were fucking doing. Oh god, that's so good. That's so good. No water damage at KAME house. I actually wanted to open the blinds, not those. Bingo. I find it weird that there was nothing in here. But we do still have the basement to check out. I'm gonna find all the Dragon Balls. I'm gonna find all the Dragon Balls. I'm only missing one more Dragon Ball. Now the question is, where would that one Dragon Ball be? My hint is selling. It makes me think it's gonna be under something. Oh wait, it could be in a tree, right? I'm worried this, like, the last one's gonna be in, like, an area where I have to have a certain tool to get it. But, like, if they were gonna do that, they would have surely done it on an earlier one as well. They wouldn't have just, like, made the last one inaccessible, right? Pretty sure I already searched all these ones. Is there any chance from the water? I didn't actually look out to see. Like, I can't go that far out, but like, if it's just like floating, it'd be pretty easy to spot. Oh, is there any chance it could just be on my minimap and I'm just blind as hell? I gotta improve the toilet for Master Roshi. Alright. Cup. Cup. You know how to fucking spell, Mike. Why does it have to go like that? I want the sink to go over there. I don't like that for Kame House. Okay, maybe the solution is to put the sink in first. Bathroom, sink. Okay, fine. Sink. I mean, now the bathtubs will be so fucking weird. Try that first one I wanted. Shit, just teleported myself back outside. Oh, there it is. Found them all. Okay, hold on, I gotta finish the bathroom and then I'll deal with the Dragon Ball situation. is a terrible idea. I can't get this thing out of here. Oh, maybe we'll just do shower instead then, since this isn't working. I think it's because that sink is too wide. I'm having such a hard time putting a shower in here. Coming up, I just trying to put like a bathtub in there, and then that didn't work, and then like I broke something. Exactly what fucking happened. So I moved the pipes. Let me try that. And yeah, now the pipes are over there. Power. Spiderweb in here. Yeah, I guess it is gonna be bathtub. I guess that's the only thing I can do with this. I want to get like a nicer one than that. That's not a very good one. And again, I was trying to buy a $200 one, throwing a shit fit over not being able to get it. So what do I know about a good one? Alright. So, we finally have all 7 Dragon Balls. Does anything happen? Eternal Dragon, I summon you. Please put the K and the M backwards on this house. I don't speak Namekian. I don't have another way of doing this. Well, that's kind of disappointing. I mean, I'm glad for the little treasure hunt. It was a cool effect, but like, I was kind of hoping something would happen when I got all those. I got really excited, like maybe they would let me actually paint this. How do I choose to live in this house and just work from here? Well, at least I have it. And that's what matters. It is mine, and it will only appreciate in value because there's no goddamn neighbors on that island. Here, I must pet you. Good kitty. Alright, well, I may not have learned how to roof today, but we did buy a very, very famous island home, and I think that's a pretty good way to end off stream. So I'm gonna head off to bed, guys. But remember to take care of yourselves. Remember you are loved, you are valued, and that you matter. I will see you all tomorrow for some more streaming goodness. But in the meantime, look after each other. We'll all get through this together. Bye for now.